Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Let's Get Chatting podcast. We have today with us, we've got Lena and Lucas, both sort of been in the music industry. Lucas is in the industry. Lena's like ex-industry because she just wasn't good enough to cut it. I'm joking.
Future rapper.
yeah. Future rapper, man trapper. She's popping off. How's everybody doing anyway? Just to start off, let's just sort of just general chit chat. How's everyone's day been, week been, what we've been up to, sort of?
Oh, I've had such a quiet week, honestly. Like I wrote like a song and then I've just had the rest of the week off, which has been quite nice actually. Before I get back into gigging every week, it's been nice just to have a few days where I just don't do anything, you know, play video games and stuff like that, chill out for a bit.
What are you playing?
Mate, I've sunk another 50 hours into Cyberpunk in like 2 weeks.
Oh, I was waiting for the Fortnite.
That's such like there was really bad reviews of that when it first came out. Like...
Dude, I was one of the day oneers. I played through it. It was terrible. Don't get me wrong. Like it was so glitchy and horrific. Like everything was wrong with it. But I played through. The story's great, and it's Keanu Reeves. I mean, you got to play that in a video game. It'd be great.
I mean,
it's great now.
What GTA will be like as well. GTA will probably be like that when it first comes out. It'll probably be really shit at first. And
that's tradition now. It's like game comes out, people pre-order it. It's crap. Yeah,
there's so much that goes into them. They're so big that now they have to they find the bugs when it's released. It's like anything.
It's just frustrating though because they've been working on it for so long. It's the same thing with Fortnite. How many thousands of people do you probably have working there, and you still can't get an update out on time?
Yeah.
It pisses me off.
Yeah, the amount of money they make. That's the thing.
I'm sitting there at midday, put my kid to nap at a very specific time so I could play Fortnite and I'm sat there for 30 minutes, server's not responding. I'm like, cool.
But I'm at work bringing in the bacon for the family and she's at home.
Hey, you know what? Watch it. I work all night and weekends. I work as well. Don't start that with me.
Dude, how long did I wait for that update that one time? Do you remember?
Oh my god! When you live streamed, it was like 3 hours late.
It was like 600 people watching me wait.
Yeah.
For this game to come out.
Welcome to my gaming channel where I don't actually game.
It was funny though because it was like a huge event. He was like, "Babe," he goes, "This is gonna be it. This is gonna be it." And then it launched, and then everyone was like, "We're going somewhere else."
Oh,
like by the time it launched, everyone was like, "We're going to bed." So this is ridiculous.
Then I started a really shitty podcast, and here we are.
Which is a pleasure to be on.
Oh, crikey. Well, my week's been... I was fucking ill. Lena already knows, but I had like tonsillitis, man. She's going to be like, oh my God, he's always so ill. Like, but I actually was sick. Right? She's such a bitch sometimes. Like, honestly. Such a bitch. It's funny because Lena's probably going to tell me about her week and I'm not going to know a lot about it. I just don't pay attention.
You had sick, you had the fever and stuff.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, go on, babe. What are you up to?
Working.
So she's a photographer. So
yeah.
You know Abby, right?
Yeah.
She did some work for you, yeah. I don't do as many like gigs and stuff like she does. I do more of like the weddings and the family side of things. But yeah, I'm putting together a styled shoot. I still have some editing to do. I'm in the trenches of my Mother's Day minis, and yeah,
that's awesome. I didn't know that about you. That's really cool. Abby's amazing. It's a small world, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I went to school with Abby.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. So like, she's like, we're in the same year and same classes and stuff at school. So when I seen your pictures, I was like, oh shit, you know.
Yeah, dude. Like honestly, it's like the best ones I've had since I've been doing this whole.
Yeah, no, she's good. Her gig pictures, honestly. Really fucking good.
She
like,
just did some
done
honestly, I saw them and I messaged her and I was like, girl, these are sick as fuck. Like these are fucking badass. Like I don't understand how she does that. I can't work like in low light situations at weddings. I'm like I panic and I'm like, oh fuck. And
she had like red light just gleaming on this dude. Yumi at 6 was the last thing.
I was like, wow.
He reposted it. So it's like that's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Cool. I know. I said to her, I was like, when I leave, I'm just going to have to send everybody your way because I don't trust anybody else.
Like, I'm really happy for her, but it also sucks. It means her prices are going to go up and I'm fucked there.
It's just cool, Lena. She's not been into gig photography yet. She's a really good photographer. So I'll just be like, just fucking do it cheap, like
I snuck a camera.
Knickknacks and we're good.
AI.
Honestly, I snuck a camera into the 1975 gig in my bag, in the bottom of my bag, and I
Are you
was
not
like,
allowed
I'm
to
doing
take
it.
professional cameras in?
No.
That's crazy.
Mm-mm.
It's my
And
phone.
I had
Leave
the
me
worst
alone.
night of my life watching the
Shut
1975. I really fucking hated it.
I had to mute so many like reels that pop up of the dude just talking on stage. I'm like, why is this
God.
my thing right now?
Dude, like I
Songs are
don't know.
cool.
I think he's weird.
Thank
He
you.
is super weird.
He is
Songs
weird.
are cool.
He's weird.
All the
Yeah.
girls are like, "Oh my god, he's so hot," and I'm like, "Huh?"
Okay,
Well, he's got
look.
that like weird druggy type vibe to him.
He loves it. I'm like the total opposite.
Sure he's not. Sure he's not high.
Honestly, I do not find him like physically attractive in any capacity whatsoever. But when he sings, I'm like, amen, hallelujah.
Yeah.
Like Bruno Mars, ugliest motherfucker you ever seen in your life. But when he starts dancing and singing, I'm like, hello.
Oh,
I don't know what it is.
That APT song is it's a banger.
Yeah, that and I don't know. I just can't explain it. Josh's like, why do you like them so much? I'm like, I don't know. I just do. Their music just makes me feel something. I don't know what it is, like nostalgic feeling, but for what? I don't fucking know. I just like it. So get out of my face.
Yeah, I wasn't around in 1975, so I don't know.
As you can
I
tell, she's
definitely
American.
wasn't.
She's very like in front, like, "Ah, fuck yeah, I love this shit." And like, those Brits are like, "Yeah, they're cool, man."
Talk more on stage. This is great.
Honestly, the 1975 fans were like a fucking cult. I have two
Oh,
tattoos
God, yeah.
of them on my body.
Of him.
No.
No.
Like,
I wouldn't be here if that was
imagine
me.
just Matthew Healy just blasted down my side, like my whole
Cigarette
back.
in his hand.
Yeah, no.
Microphone dangling.
Oh my
Oh
lord.
God, no.
Anyway, Lena, we're not here to talk about you.
I
Shut
know.
up.
Why not? I'm interesting.
We're here to
So-
talk about Matty Healy.
Yeah. No, I'd leave. Like, Josh just left the chat.
Oh, my camera's breaking up. No.
Yeah. Like when you're on the phone with your parents and you just stop and like turn your Wi-Fi off real quick, so then you're like, oh, sorry, my phone died. I just could not talk to you any longer.
I've never done that, but now I'm gonna. Thank you.
I do it a lot.
That's good.
Honestly,
I don't
I-
know,
Drop calls.
I don't know if my parents are ever going to watch this. So I'm like, shit.
Top corner Wi-Fi mode, disconnected call. Sorry, my phone died.
I just go full blanker and just airplane mode that shit. No messing. So yeah, obviously we met at fucking PC World, man.
Mate, oh god, yeah.
That's a long time ago.
You know, we said we weren't going to
So-
talk about anything. That was it. That was the one. The worst, dude. Terrifying place.
It was fucking so dark and dull.
I think it's the reason we do what we do, like in this kind of stuff now, is because that's the bearing of what I don't want to do. So it's like, oh, if stuff goes to hell, I have to go back there. So I have to keep going forward.
It's like working at PC World, OnlyFans, day job.
Only PCs. It's just the worst.
Like fucking trying to like, yeah, this printer's amazing. What
It's like, can I buy a laptop? Yes, but you have to buy 10 other things too to make me feel good.
You
Yeah.
need Microsoft 365. I'm going to use it to play RuneScape. Yeah, but you need a Word document with that, you know?
What do you do with your photos when you take them? Do you put a photo album? What happens if there's a house fire? Just build up this anxiety to the customer until they give you money. It's horrible. Horrible practice. Do you not get commission? No, but I get an ass kicking.
It's funny because it's so true.
Yeah, it's horrific, dude.
And like the thing is as well, it's like I went into phone sales after that, and after doing all of that, I've subtly realized like there is such a darkness to any form of sales, and you sort of walk out of it, and you're like at the end, you want to take like a really hot shower and just like scrub the darkness off. So
I do that.
yeah, it was fucking.
I do that. I'm like, oh, Mother's Day, moms, it's your time to be in the picture because you're never in it because you're always the one taking it. And then they realize and they're like, oh shit, yeah. And I'm like, come on then. Come on. Weddings. Why is wedding photography so much? Because at the end of the day, the pictures are all you're going to have left.
Yeah.
And they're digital. So if your house burns down, you don't have the album sitting in there. So once again,
You should start
Hey.
selling cloud storage too.
She used to be part of the know-how team.
I'm getting anxiety now. I need to buy cloud quick.
I fucking fucking hate buying cloud storage. I have to do it all the time. It's so annoying.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
my Google capacity keeps going up and up. I'm like,
Yeah,
why am I
it's-
paying £5 a month? This is ridiculous.
Isn't there something like through Amazon or something? Like if you have Amazon Prime, did I read that right somewhere?
But then Jeff Bezos gets money, and that's the worst.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Oh.
They do. I don't have an Amazon account.
But you're both probably using Macs, so you can't talk
Yeah.
about giving bad people money right now.
That's true, yeah.
There's children in China building your products. Like, let's like calm down.
That's like any product ever.
yeah.
Like my grandma worked
My
at
iPhone
Apple.
was made in the Isle of Wight. I'll have you know.
What?
No, it wasn't.
That'd
I'm
be
joking.
great. I'm from the Isle of Wight. That's a segue.
I know. That's why I
Oh,
said it.
cool! Wow,
I
you have like a list of like things to
minute
segue in.
details. Yeah. So yeah,
Look, my grandma worked at Apple for 25 years. Don't you dare fucking disrespect her like that.
Did she get shares?
Yeah, she had a shitload of shares, but
That's so cool.
I think they died with her.
No, burn my shares with me.
I don't know where they went because they.
that's Lucas's
it's not
next
for me.
song title.
Yeah.
Burn my
Burn the
shares with
shares.
me.
I used to have Apple shares, but I burnt them with me.
Oh, so all hailing from the Isle of Wight. Segway, boom. So when did you start? Like genuinely, like obviously with the music and stuff. When did you start? Because I remember even when we worked together, it's still like something you were grinding.
Yeah, I've been grinding for a long time. Still am, to be fair. I don't think that ever stops unless I become a millionaire, which would be great, but that was not going to happen. I started when I was like 13, like writing songs and stuff, but I probably started professionally from like 16. That's when I like started gigging in towns and like doing festivals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's been ebbs and flows all the way through, so I've been different bands, different projects and stuff. But this has been the most longevity one, just the solo type thing.
So
Did you ever busk or anything like that?
I haven't. I've recently I have, but I was paid to do it, so it's kind of like doesn't really count in that regards. But it was in public.
No, it does. Yeah.
It's super
You
scary.
got TikTok
Like,
live this shit, dude.
Yeah.
oh my god, yeah. I see that on the live streams. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't.
Dude, but that's where
subject
the
myself to it.
exposure is.
Yeah.
Massively.
I'm like sat like even like when we do the podcast sometimes I'm like fuck why am I even posting this shit, you know, like it's
I've watched somebody
gotta
in the
do
space
it.
of a year hit 90,000 followers on
That's
TikTok.
crazy. See,
Busking.
when COVID was on, when COVID was a thing, I was always like uploading reels and not reels, talks back then, constantly, and I pushed to like 2,000 followers in like a month or so. But then it was just like that burnout of like, I look like a freaking idiot every time I post these things. I look back now and it's so cringe.
I'm posting like 3 reels. I'm like Instagram reels and TikTok 3 a day at the minute. And it's like, I'm at a point where I'm like, people are probably getting annoyed, but I know the algorithm needs that. So I'm like, do I need people to get annoyed with me or do I try and push it? And
Well,
I'm like,
if people want to watch you, they wouldn't be annoyed about it. It's kind of like, why post less because you're worried of what other people.
there's too
I'm
much
like
ginger on
trying
the
to
screen.
sell it to myself.
You know what I mean?
We could change you like contrast, put dark mode on.
Black and white only.
Like a ginger mode. Just took that. That's so mean.
That's sellable. That is sellable.
But yeah. So like busking wise, I realized the benefit of it like recently because I played an outside show over Christmas time, and I just put like a box of badges and stickers down on the floor. People kept chucking money in, so I was already paid, but then I got like another £100 just for the day, and I was like, oh, I get it now. It's
That's
actually
more than
quite
some jobs, bro.
beneficial.
Yeah.
And then
Like,
you
that's
can
more
like
than some
film
full-time
yourself on TikTok or whatever's the best live place now. And then the gifts aren't loads of money, but it's another avenue, isn't it, of income?
Well, this is the thing. Like, I would, the way I'd look at it is like, obviously, well, all you need is a tripod on your phone, right? It's super easy to do it. And once you hit over like 10K followers, every clip that you put up for, which is over a minute. So if you put like a full song on, if it gets a certain amount of views, you get paid for it as well.
Yeah.
So like, it's definitely something I would recommend. Like,
How you getting on with like uploading regularly?
So I've only really been pushing this again for the past like 2 weeks. So my gaming stuff did really well.
Cool.
So like I got to like 4.5K,
Bang. Nice.
which is kind of cool. And every time I was going live, there was a point where we would have like 30, 35 people in there, which is, you know, is decent for gaming because that's very oversaturated. Like, super oversaturated.
And like you got to think like how long it takes to get to that point of like real people going on there. You can go viral and get 1 million followers, but like 10% really actually watch your stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So when you're having like dedicated like people to watch, that's how I kind of look at it with the small numbers for my stuff. It's like, it's actually people looking at it that want to.
It's so true. Like, you know, it's like when if you put something up, and like me and Lena have put stuff up on, like, we had like a family account, and we've got like, one of them's got 97,000 views and like shitloads of likes, right? But
it never went anywhere after that.
Yeah. It's only got 4,000 followers, and it's like, it's the likes, because people can just scroll tap, you know, and that's, the algorithm works so differently. Is the likes are like the lowest thing on the algorithm.
Yeah, big time.
It's like the reposting and the comments. The comments are like the biggest thing on any algorithm.
Yeah.
So it's like trying to title things where they ask a question.
Yes.
Know? So it makes somebody want to comment on it.
And it's like that first like milliseconds of video content.
Yeah,
well.
like you have to catch them straight away with something. Like you have, it's what they call a hook, if that makes sense. But as far as like, I think it's mainly like with TikTok, as far as views and stuff are concerned, like I think if you look at it, if your video is getting like a shitload of views, but not as many likes, that algorithm's going to slow down. So they say like, as long as like with your views, if your likes are within that first like 10% of however many views you have, then that's like a good escalation, I guess. But it's like, that's, if you think about it, like if you have 300 views, what's that?
It's fuck all.
30 likes. Yeah. And that looks like, when you're looking through when you're scrolling through TikTok, if I come across a video, the first thing I look at is how many likes it has, because I'm like, is this going to be funny, or is it going to be worth my fucking time?
Yeah, I just
you know what I mean?
Legendary reel.
Yeah, I'm just like, no, fucking scroll. And if it looks like shit, like if it looks like it was filmed on like a fucking Nokia, I'm not watching it.
Nokia, did you hear that? Nokia, it's Nokia, by the way.
I don't care.
So dude, Nokia. You gotta start fucking live streaming your busking.
Mate, I should just start live streaming in general.
Dude, just like literally in where you are, guitar, singing, you're talented enough, dude. Just
I have to go. I need to start live streaming. Sorry, guys.
Dude, there's this guy in Australia. He live streams. He's like a producer, and he live streams like him. He has like his camera set up, and you can see like his little soundboard, his desk, and then you can see the person in the booth behind him. And he's live streaming, and you're literally watching him have somebody in the recording studio, and you're listening. I swear to God, I listened to this bitch sing the same line in the song 500 times the other day, and I was like, girl, been there, done that. It's annoying as hell. But I sat there and I watched it. I watched it for like an hour, and I was like, this is fucking sick. And that's something so stupid. Like, he wasn't engaging with the people. There was like 4,000 people watching him.
It's a good niche. Damn good niche.
ADHD.
Huh?
That's how we know you don't have ADHD, because I'd be like, yeah, I'm bored. Genuinely, like, that's exactly how it is. So,
I don't know. It's just weird things that there's like niches for, I guess. Like something like, I fall asleep every night to watching this woman in Kentucky make fucking Stanley Cups.
Okay. I mean, she just
very
like putting prints on them. That's it.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's
I have
ridiculous.
to go to sleep and I hear this fucking woman talking like this. Hey, y'all. Gonna be pink. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like fucking eye mask on, wearing my head. Like, shit, man.
I do feel like periods of like watching different things on YouTube. Like one of my recent ones was watching a guy with circuit boards for like old technology and just soldering stuff. I know nothing about it. But I was just like locked in for like a good 2 hours. Just next video.
Dude, that's all we watch is YouTube, really.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the
Blippi.
only thing I pay for.
Yeah, fucking Blippi, man. My son loves it.
Blippi, what is this?
It's some fucking weird guy who's like does like kids shit. It's like,
honestly, my kid woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning the other night, looked us dead in the fucking face through the camera, and was like, "Excavator, excavator." I wanted to listen to the excavator song, and I was like,
"Fuck."
Go to sleep.
There you go. That's another avenue. Kids songs. Let's go.
Yeah, get on that Miss Rachel hype.
I would drop an F-bomb almost immediately, accidentally, like at a live show. Sorry, everyone. My bad. Getting used to this.
On, fuckers.
Are you fuckers ready?
So you've done the busking. So like, obviously you're doing like a lot of gigs in like pubs, and you've done festivals. Talk to us about that. What's it like?
So I've dubbed it the endless tour of Salisbury, because I'm just relentlessly hitting every pub I can in Salisbury, Wiltshire, and places that are close to it. For the longest time I was doing like a show here and there and mostly working from home, like writing songs and stuff.
Yeah.
But on the gig side of things, it was like, I need to get another avenue of like revenue in for this music thing. So I started doing cover shows more, because pubs and clubs and stuff, it's hard to like do material for 2 hours because a lot of people don't really want to listen to it. Like
If they don't know it, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to like get people into a pub for that kind of thing. So I sneak them in, but for the most part, I'm doing like 2 hours of like my own covers of like Blink, Green Day, Foo Fighters, stuff like that. And I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of nice just to slug it out for a couple of hours and like meet a new bunch of new people in that regards to like share my music with.
Because that's what you do with Threemo, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
because of those gigs I was doing and open mics and stuff like that, I met a couple of guys who are great friends of mine now, and we ended up making like a covers band because we had similar interests. And not that we saw a gap in the market, but there wasn't really any like covers bands doing those songs like My Chemical Romance and stuff, because they are classic rock now, but like it feels like a year
How
ago.
is that classic?
Exactly. Well, because it's like 20, 30 years old. It's wild.
Nuts. That's crazy.
So like you're singing like 1985 Bowling for Soup and you realize, oh, like the time now the song would be like 2006.
I'm so old.
Which is terrifying, really. But this is the emo nights are like the 80s nights used to be. Like it's just there's such a demand for it now. And I get to shred guitar for like 2 hours with those guys. It's great fun. It's like a nice avenue to like play to people without like having to like slug my way out to build up my own stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, that's more what I've gone back to listening to now.
Same as.
Yeah,
like
I think that's
we randomly put it on in the car a few weeks ago, and I'm like, holy shit, this was the fucking life.
We're bellowing it out.
Like I'm about to put my coontails back in, really thick eyeliner, wear the freaking movie theater glasses, and pop the lenses out, and just put some Paramore on. Like fuck it,
100%.
I'm ready to go. Get my skinny jeans out, my red skinny jeans with my knee-high fucking Converse. Let's rock this shit, bitch.
I never stopped wearing skinny jeans.
Honestly,
come back into fashion.
Neither did Josh.
I didn't really have a choice. It's just my body weight just doesn't deal with it well anymore. So
my calves don't fit into anything else. It's like, the calves fit. That's why I wear them. It's like, what's the point of having them?
Yeah, you're not going to show them, right? What's like the sort of people who, because I'd be interested in to sort of see the demographic that are like coming to your gigs, because like me, for an example, I don't dress like someone who would listen to what we're now calling classic rock. I use My Chemical Romance.
We call it emo.
All this sort of stuff.
Let's not like carbon date ourselves.
But like, I really enjoy that music, but like, I don't dress like someone who does, you know. I'm usually seen in like gym gear or joggers, fucking whatever, you know. But like, what do you find the demographic of people who are coming to the gigs? Have you got people like that who are turning up and enjoying it because of the time, or?
Yes, when it's like Threemo stuff, like the first couple ones we did, because there was a bit of a buzz around it because it was relatively new, the people coming to the shows were coming for an emo night per se. Like they weren't coming to see us. They just saw, oh, they're playing those bands, I want to go see them. So people did like dress up and stuff, and we try and ham up a little bit. One of the guys like wears eyeliner and like nail polish and stuff. It's fun, you know. It's like taking it back to when it was like 2000. But you'll have people in their like band t-shirts and emo makeup
fucking
and emo
decked
hair.
out in Killstar.
yeah, exactly. Like freaking like massive shoes and stuff. So that's cool. But there's also like, if we play a pub, it's gonna be a guy just wearing like Stone Island. Like,
But I bet they still enjoy it.
And he's like, I know Green Day, of course they do.
Yeah, exactly. Because of like they grew up with it, they still enjoy it, and that's what I think is fucking sick about like that sort of music now. Is like everybody listened to it, because it was like Limp Bizkit, all that sort of stuff back in that sort of era. It took everybody like the rock way, and it was like fucking sick, because I feel like Limp Bizkit sort of amalgamated the two together.
Well, it's like having heavy guitars on the radio is such a huge like thing to happen. I mean, we had it with like grunge and stuff like Nirvana and Pearl Jam and that, but like there's always like secular moments, and Limp Bizkit was a huge one for me. Like back then it was like, oh my god, I need a guitar like immediately. And that's like segued me into like listening to Linkin Park, Blink-182, Green Day, and then I just never stopped listening to those bands. But like I always listen out for guitars on the radio still, and they're still there. Like you still get pop punk that comes through every now and then. You kind of have to like, you do have to be a bit poppy at times to kind of cut through.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. I just feel like it's not as common anymore. Like I don't think I can ever say I've just gotten in my car, turned the radio on, and bang, Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. You know what I mean? Like you don't hear like I don't know Don Broco, Enter Shikari, like anything like that on the radio. And I'm like, well, I don't want to listen to fucking Sabrina Carpenter all the time. Like
Yeah.
I love her, she's freaking hot, yes, but I'm so sick of hearing the same four fucking songs over and over and over. It drives me nuts.
That's it. Like I don't really listen to like Radio One and stuff like that. But like if I'm in a position that I can change the radio to Kerrang, I'll do it every time.
Yeah.
Like just put
Yeah.
Kerrang radio on.
Yeah.
Like they might play the
100%.
same 20 songs. I like those songs. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
you host an open mic night.
Yes. Been doing that for a couple years now.
So how is that, has that changed how you are as a musician at all? Has that kind of like boosted you in any way? Like how has that changed like your day to day with what you were doing before?
It has massively. When I started gigging again, like full time, like I was working from home for the longest time, so I didn't really seek out gigs. It was never like I was quite happy working on my own music in a studio per se. But someone asked me to run it, like the manager of the bar, and I was like super nervous about it, but also like reluctant to like give up a day that I knew I'd had to commit to, because I quite
Yeah.
like going, I'm going to work today, or I'm going to work for 12 hours or 2. It's like,
Yeah.
so when I was
Same.
like, yeah, and like I'd played a couple, and it was like, you play a few songs and you just watch people tonight. It's really nice because you can just like chill out. And I was like, it's
Yeah.
going to be a totally different like ball game, because like you're the one like people are like talking to, and to host it, it made my anxiety crazy. Like I have the worst anxiety, so having to like get past those first few was rough, but I really did see the benefit in it straight away, because it was like I technically have a gig every Sunday, like
Yeah.
guaranteed. I get to play for at least half an hour, even less now because there's too many people to play, which is a good problem, you know. Which helped my performance as well, because it was like I might be doing the same song like 4 times a month, you know,
Yeah.
and it's just like I get to see like 12 other people do their thing. I'm like, okay, that's how I like what they're doing there. Maybe I could do that
Yeah.
differently, or what would I do differently about their songs and stuff. So it's not like I'm not giving like unsolicited advice, but in my head I'm like building up a production repertoire as well, and a performance
Yeah.
repertoire of stuff that I like and probably should do myself. And like I think now it's like I get to just enjoy music for like a good 4 hours, because I feel like I'm at a point where performance wise I'm good. My mid song banter is pretty rough, but I just keep playing songs, it's fine. And I just feel like it's like right now the next step is to like connect with these musicians and like write songs with them and perform
Yeah.
with them in other ways, like taking them to shows. Like I recently got to pick a couple supports for one of my gigs, which rarely happens because the budgets are they're tight. Everything's tight in money these days, but like getting to choose 2 people that I knew from the open mics or like just from the music scene in general was really cool, and it felt like the next logical step for me is to start helping people in another way, you know.
Yeah, because
That's
you've almost like
fucking
laid the
sick.
base foundation for giving them a platform as well. Like if they didn't even know where to start,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
everyone always said to me, "You need to do an open mic night." I'm like, "Bitch, I can't write music."
Well, for me, it
Like-
was like, I gig. Why would I need to do that? But
Yeah,
like,
no.
I really quickly saw the need for it. It's like, oh shit, I do suck. Like everyone needs to practice, and I wasn't really practicing at home. I was just gigging. I was just picking it up from there.
You
So
can
having
never know
like a
too
place
much.
where I had to go every Sunday was like, I still do, but like it's like a place that I can try out new stuff, and then I can see it in other people's faces. I can see people that are super confident, don't need any help at all. Some people that might need to just be like helped along a little bit. It's like, because it's terrifying getting on stage in any regards.
Yeah,
It might
fuck that.
be a pub, but like it's arguably terrifying, or because it's like, you know, there's a drunk guy in a Stony jacket, or like a person stuck in their emo phase like
Yeah.
me wearing skinny jeans still. And it's like, these are like real musicians. I'm terrified. It's like, you're a real musician. Just do it. Just play, you know?
Yeah, no. And like gigging at pubs is the fucking worst because you always get that one asshole, play Wonderwall.
Yeah. Yeah. It's bad.
I'm like, dude,
I still
fuck
do.
off.
I'm gonna turn up and say that 100%.
Honestly.
Dude, play Wonderwall, man.
Well, I've had like this idea for ages. I want to write a song called Wonderwall, and it's just not that.
Not
It's
that.
Like,
just
I
Yeah.
wonder,
on the
like, oh my
playlist.
god, you know my song? That's so sick. Thank you.
Starts
Yeah.
off like the same,
Yeah.
and then just
What the
changes.
fuck is a Wonderwall? This guy's like one tear coming down.
That's cool with like the open micing as well, because you're like, you can never like be too good.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. Yeah, there's always
like,
something to improve on. Like I'm
I
relentlessly doing that.
I
Trying to.
listen to like a lot of like comedians like on podcasts and stuff, and it's the same with them. Like even like your like top tier comedians, like your Joe Rogan and stuff, they still go, like they call it working out. Like they still go do that
Yeah.
weekly. You know, they're still testing shit, trying out new shit, and you know, and you're never too good.
Yeah.
I think if you hit that point, that's when you slow it down, because you're just gonna fall behind.
Well, if you're playing to like your fans, it's hard to go wrong. But if you're playing to like new people every time, it's like you're getting those reps in for like what people might want in the future as well. And like if you
Yeah.
have new material, that's why comedians do it, isn't it? They just try out new material, and if it falls flat, they won't do it at their show. And they've got nothing to lose in that regard. So a lot of people can treat open mics as like a gig, and it's like, this is the thing I need to do. I need to be perfect. It's like, no, you don't. Just have fun.
Yeah,
Just get up there, like 15 minutes, just have a good time.
fuck about with it.
Because ultimately, it's people are there to get pissed and listen to music, and they're going to forget tomorrow anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well just have a blast, and like obviously practice and stuff, but like don't go off and go, oh, I sucked. That was really bad. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, nobody's really judging that. But I think with the open mic stuff, have you found it then easier when you are doing gigs? Have you found that the open mic nights have helped you almost like not build confidence, but like build the confidence like in slipping in more of your own music into those things? Because obviously you're getting more practice with those, like in like getting able to put them in front of people and getting their reactions back, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's 100% getting those reps in. Every time I do those things, it's like, oh, I can perform this song this way. I can take that to a gig now. Or like I can try new covers and just kind of like shake the rust off of older songs. There's like no worries in that regards. And it's like, that's how it went live. I know it's going to go like that live. So when I go to a gig, it's just going to be like that.
You kind of like have it in your back pocket kind of thing.
Yeah. It's always that funny thing, because like social situations, I'm useless. Like I'm nervous, like, oh, there's people, gross. People like, you go on stage and sing, it's like, yeah, but it's like anything. If you just practice and practice, it's like you got nothing to worry about. Yeah,
you almost have to separate your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Like be like, you almost have to, like when you're singing, like when I sing, I'm not Lena. I wasn't like, you know, the girl that was a veterinary nurse. I was like, you kind of have to be somebody different. It's almost like the saying, fake it till you make it, but you kind of have to force yourself like way out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, because ultimately, if you're up there as the shy one, everyone's going to go, oh, that's the shy one. That's not very good.
Today's gonna be good. Like the girl on fucking Pitch Perfect.
So like, if you go up there and you're just like, just living, like just trying to be a rock star for like 2 hours, people are like, that was really cool. They must always
just
be like that.
engaging,
I'm going to go
right?
to the next show. Yeah.
Cool.
And the pubs and like open mic circuits are great for that, because you're engaging with strangers for the most part. People that roll into the pub, and like new faces. It's not, like I said before, it's not just people that usually come to your shows. It's like new people. So you're just always like, that's how I deal with this person. That's how I deal with this person. That's how I deal with someone who asks for Wonderwall.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing any, I don't even know if you've ever maybe done them, anything like The Voice or X Factor, anything like that?
No, not pretty
Never
enough.
tickled your fancy?
When the Voices like first started, I thought it was kind of cool. Like I did watch it the first couple of years. It's Tom Jones, the man. Then it kind of got cynical. I get a bit cynical about this kind of shows, because I feel like they're not treated right, and the people
it's
that
not
win
how
are
it really is.
Yeah, and it's like the people that win, it's like, no, like sure they might be great, but like you could see the people that should have won, but ultimately it's more like who's the most marketable, and it just felt a bit.
Yeah, it's image based, isn't it?
The thing is with The Voice, but The Voice tried to make that not a thing. They were like, oh, blind auditions. You're full of fucking shit, because I had to go through 4 auditions where these motherfuckers looked at me and picked everything apart about me before I was even going to go there. I'm not
What
having
sad
that.
story am I going to say to get some fan?
No. And that's the thing is like American Idol is the same. Like I was
My cat lost a
16,
whisker today. I'm really
honestly.
sad. So
But
can you like my song?
honestly, but that's what they do. They try and like they almost like force you to have a narrative. Like if you've ever
Yeah.
watched American Idol, anything, you'll notice everybody's got a fucking sob story.
Yeah.
Everybody or something. Like my grandma's cat had freaking ball cancer 4 years ago. Okay, cool, you
Here's
know, but
Wonderwall.
yeah. Her name was Iris. His name was Iris. So I'm gonna dedicate this song by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah.
But
Goo Goo
no, the
Dolls.
amount of NDAs and shit that you have to go through for things like that. I remember going in when I was like 15, 16, and I would like they put this stack of paper in front of me, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Oh,
Like,
yeah. That's kind of
I
weird.
was like, "Mm-mm." I was like, "That is just nuts." Like, it was everything. Like they own you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can appreciate that. Like just like with any record label, anything, they literally fucking own you.
Yeah, it's hard to like process that at a young age as well. Like
Yeah,
without like a
and
lawyer or like because your family is like, I'm not a music lawyer.
I
What
don't
the hell am
know.
I gonna
Yeah.
do? Yeah.
But I think even like as an adult, like I think everybody that's in the music industry, like your dream is to like get that big label, get this and get that. But then I feel like with more creative musicians, like if you're willing to fit the mold, good for you. But I feel like you're a bit more like on the creative side and different side. So I just feel like if would you feel like you would have to conform to a certain thing, you know? That would kind of ruin it for you, right?
Yeah, like on the lowest level, I was like asked to do an open mic, and even that was like, oh shit, I have to do this every week now. So someone's like,
Yeah.
you're part of this label now. You have to do interviews 4 days a week, and then you need to gig at night and not drink or have good food and stuff. You have to do. I was like, please don't.
Yeah,
tell me
don't
what to
blink
do.
the wrong
I'm
way.
an adult
Well,
now.
it's like the Nickelback
Yeah.
documentary, isn't it? There was that Nickelback documentary that came out that we watched.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen
That was fantastic. Oh my God, it was so good.
Is it on
It's like
Disney?
Netflix.
Okay, fair.
It's on
I can watch that.
Netflix. It was really freaking good. Like to go through about what the labels do and that sort of shit was really interesting.
Yeah.
Like, so I didn't even ask. Like, so is gigging just full time for you now? Is that it? Or are you still doing your
not full
graphic
time as
design?
such, but it's the biggest part of my like music thing I'm doing now. I
'Cause-
was doing a lot of freelance stuff on Fiverr.
Yeah, I remember you were doing like the graphics and
I
all
still
that sort
do
of
like
stuff.
I don't do graphic design as much anymore. I still do songwriting and stuff on there, but I needed to build up, and you kind of hit not like a plateau as such, but like there's only so many songs you can do before you
Yeah.
ever charge too much, and you don't really want to undercut anyone else because it just brings the value of everything down.
Yeah.
And AI is not helping much in regards to writing stuff.
Oh, I can imagine. I
It's
can
not
imagine.
helping my job either.
Yeah.
It can pretty much fucking do my job. It's so annoying. It's like literally program. It can program a phone system like that. It's actually crazy.
That's wild, man.
It's nuts.
So I used it not for like art stuff, but I used it for like I need a business plan for like a single release or something, just to see what it's like. It's actually pretty good in that regards, which
Yeah.
it should be used in that sense. But then even that takes away like marketers' jobs. It's just like it's so brutal.
Yeah, it's savage. Like I think that's why it's sort of that's the good thing about like social media, music, like any sort of media, i.e., podcast, streaming, music is personal.
Yeah,
I don't think AI will be able to take that. It will not be able to take the musician singing the song. It will not be able to take
so far.
someone's. Yeah, I mean, it'll be very hard for it to sort of be personable in that sense.
Yeah, it's developing really quickly, but like I think even Harrison Ford like signed his likeness off to be used now, like in perpetuity.
Yeah.
So it's like
it's nutty, isn't it?
That's
But you can
the
still
future.
tell, can't you? You can
Yeah.
tell if it's somebody or not.
But oh yeah, we will when he's like kicks the bucket and it's like a film coming out of Harrison Ford. You're like, what?
Yeah.
They've done a lot of that on like with like the Star Wars films, like Leia and
Yeah.
stuff. They did all
Do you
that
think
shit.
like? I think the first time you see is it I can't remember his name, Tarkin or something like that in Rogue One.
Moff Tarkin, yeah.
In the cinema, I was
Moff
like,
Tarkin.
what's happening right now? This guy looks
Yeah.
real. And obviously you kind of
Yeah.
like lock in and be like, actually, no, it's not. But
Yeah.
we're not even that far into it. We're really early stages. So like soon it's going to be like, write a Lucas Hardy song and it just like scours the internet of all the music I've ever released and just goes, here you go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I guess I can see it definitely taking over like the jingle side of things, or like the royalty free music, or like the crap you see on like a fucking car commercial, or the car's like, I mean, things like that. I can definitely see that it'd be very easy to take over, because there's nothing special in that. There's nothing like amazing about it. Like, it's fucking elevator music,
unless
right?
you're like gunning for like iconic song.
Yeah.
It's quite easy to just. But then it's been around for a while, isn't it? Like stock music in that regards.
Yeah.
I don't know how much money those people make, but if you've been around, have you ever walked around Poundland before? You go in there, there's always this playlist playing of like, I'm probably sound like an asshole. It's like the worst songs I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like if you just go in there one day and listen, you're like, oh, this isn't even like real music.
I know exactly what you're saying, because part of my job is putting on hold music on phone systems.
Nice. So you're just picking like generic song one.
Dude, I've got like, there's thousands and thousands, but everybody goes for the same one.
So I'm thinking I might just start do that instead of releasing songs.
Just let me know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've got a special one for you.
Just force my music into the ears of
Dude,
millions.
there's so many phone systems. Their voicemail is my voice, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
trippy.
It's crazy, because they're like, like, we don't like the AI, or we don't like this. Can you just do it? And I'm there like, oh, hello, thank you for calling, I don't know, dental practice and so on. And I'm like, fuck me, how many people are going to hear that?
Please like and subscribe to...
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing that. I'm leafleting it when I install now. Yeah.
Like... oh, sorry, that's my card.
You better hope you never get a company called like Sizzling Sausages or anything, then you'll be fucked.
Fuck out of here, man. Just got a lisp, grow up.
You've got a lisp?
A little bit, but now we've mentioned it, it's going to come out, and she's a bitch for doing this.
I've never noticed that. Have you always spoke without S's before?
I'm going to be like, hi, Lucas. No, it's not going to happen. So, obviously, all of you, shut up, Lena. All of your stuff's on like YouTube, right?
Yeah,
like,
I try and like get it everywhere. Like, YouTube was like my main thing, because I was doing covers on there for a really long time as well. Because just having video is such a great way to like promote music. It just seems a bit more engaging. But most recently I've been putting like songs out like every month. So they're on Spotify, Deezer, Apple, anything you can think of. I just press a button and it goes to all those stores.
Same with this, yeah.
Yeah. Because even if it's like one listener from somewhere, it's cool. But video wise, I've not done a lot on YouTube recently. But it just feels like short form content, and like the gigs have kind of like taken over what I'm doing. So I'd like to. It's hard to manage it all at once, like balance it all.
Dude, I feel you on that one. Obviously, like with having like our son and like trying to like live life, do this and like, because I literally try it. Like the ideal life for me would be able to be go to work, be a parent, go to the gym, stream, do a podcast, and I'm like, I don't have enough hours.
Yeah,
I like genuinely don't have enough hours to do anything.
And like having like a schedule like that's like, it's tough to stick to as well, because
I live off momentum,
happens,
but fuck, too much momentum, bro. Too much momentum.
Yeah.
So obviously with like the Spotify and all that, how's it going? Like, are you like?
It's cool. Like I desperately try and ignore the numbers, because it's like disheartening at times.
Sure.
You see people like post their like Spotify wrapped up, whatever. You get an artist one as well, and people post those. It's like, here's how I've done. I'm like, fuck, I'm doing terribly at Spotify. So I'll just post a picture. Thanks for listening. Just a thumbs up. Like, eating one candy from the amount of money I made this year on Spotify. It's good in regards, like it's cool to share, and I've had a couple collaborations as well. So it's like nice to like have something that's like widely available. I enjoyed that part of it, because it's like, where can I find your music? I'm like, everywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas before it's like, go on YouTube. It's like, I don't have YouTube. It's like, well, come on, it's 2000.
Yeah,
whatever.
You're lying. You do.
Yeah. Oh, it's the ads. It's the ads. Okay.
The ads do fucking suck.
Dude, I pay for premium now. I've never not going to.
Oh, dude, we are so close to paying for premium.
It's
like,
so
because we
good.
watch like Ghost Hunting, and they're like 2 hours long, and the fucking ads, bro.
Do you have Spotify?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
cancel that and just have YouTube Premium, and you get YouTube Music.
No, I can't cope with that.
I don't think
Bad?
I do that.
Bad.
I love
can't cope with
Spotify,
it.
man. I love Spotify, bro.
Honestly, I put my Spotify DJ on. Hey, Lena,
it's
how's
fair,
it going?
Yeah, it's so
Is
sick.
that really what
is
it's
so
like
sick.
now?
Yeah.
Dude,
It's
I do like a
crazy.
free
It's an
trial every
AI.
now and then. Oh,
I
that's
have
it's
like
all
I have
AI,
like a
it's
personal
cool.
AI Disco Dion on my fucking phone. It's great.
It's actually really good. Like it
I
does.
think
It goes
YouTube's
through, like,
just
the
done
history.
that. Like it announced it like a day ago, and it's like you go, I want this playlist today, I want this.
Are you a
songs like
YouTube
this.
affiliate right now or something?
Yeah, dude. I'm just trying to save you money and like trying to get you subscribed.
You know what you need?
Do you need cloud storage?
Yeah.
Yes.
You need one of those, what the heck are they called? The like NFC key rings? Do you know what those are?
I know what NFC keyrings are, but like, is there like a...
Yeah, you can get them made on Etsy, or you can just put them on your keys, and then like if you're ever like gigging anywhere, like you can just literally just, if somebody says, "Oh, what do you want?" you just tap it to their phone, and it brings up bang your
That's
link tree
such
or
a
whatever that has
cool
all your
idea.
shit on it.
I dig-
So
I-
so cool.
That's rad. So I use like QR codes, but they're really hard to like push. They just feel really like scammy.
Yeah, just
Here's
like
a
walk
QR
through
code.
town and just
Yeah.
like anybody who has their phone open when you're walking through like Primark, just be like ding, 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 you know? Listen to my shit.
Lucas
See your face on
Hackey.
YouTube and they're fucking scanning around the shop, chasing you out of the shop.
I'm gonna do it. Done.
Do it,
You need to go back to like Curry's and like find the radio section and just like Bluetooth your phone to it and just hide somewhere in there and just blast your shit.
We've done that with like that Mac so many times.
Yeah,
didn't
just
we?
put our
Like,
own stuff on. It's
closing
like someone
time,
comes,
it
it's
was
quick,
like-
turn off.
the last half hour was like just ruthless.
Yeah, it was
Just, like,
carnage.
no one turns up for like 2 hours, and you're like, fuck it. It was like there was people like on the scanner scanning their
Loosen the
boobs.
tie a
It was
little
it
bit,
was
get them
crazy. It was nuts.
Yeah,
Do
so
you have any like pre-show rituals or anything? Anything that you like have to do before every show?
pee. That's probably it, to be honest. Just pee.
Do you do like all those like vocal warm-ups and stuff or anything like that?
I haven't
you
done a
just
vocal
raw
warm-up
dogging
in a
it.
very long time. Yeah, I am raw dogging this thing. So it's I have horrific technique, horrific warm-ups. I have like a couple
Selling
songs that I
himself.
know touch all the bases I need for the set. And I do those 2 songs to start, and I'm like, right, I'm good for the set now.
Yeah, I'm warmed up.
That's
We're
a
good.
warm-up. That's fine. Yeah, there are times I'm losing my voice. I'm like, shit, I should really stop like having whiskey during a gig, stuff like that, you know.
Like Lena's like, I always say to her like, "Oh, you should sing." She's like, "No, I haven't cracked my chords recently," or some
No,
shit
I need
like
to
that.
go through and like break my voice again. Like
That's
he won't,
fair.
he doesn't know what that means.
I don't know.
Yeah,
shit.
like because I'm doing it so much, it's like, sure, I could probably take more care of it, like you would at the gym or whatever. But like, I just run in there and just start singing, start shouting.
fuck yeah.
Have you seen those like Vox box things? Is that what they're called? What the hell are they?
A box.
I'm gonna have to look it up. What the heck is it? It's like a vocal warm up thing, but it's like a
Oh, I think
the
I do know what
stroll
you're on
thing,
about.
the
Yeah, and
water
people
thing.
just like have it in their mouth.
Yeah.
I saw
I
a
don't-
band like running on stage, and he had it in his mouth and just like chucked it out before they went on.
Yeah,
It wasn't
and
like a inhaler either. It was like an actual like.
yeah. There's
Cool,
like it's
is
like
it,
this
like-
big huge straw, and they put it in like a bottle of water, and it's and
Yeah.
apparently like the waves from the like the vibrations from the water go back into your vocal cords and like move them to open them all up and shit. I'm like, that's
so
hella
wild.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
She's
technology
been
that
watching
if it
too much.
saves me
Been
money
watching
or
too
saves me
much
time.
Matty Healy. It's a crack pipe.
Yeah, these are just musicians.
So what's like obviously what's like your biggest high? What's like your most sort of like your biggest high like since you've been gigging all this sort of stuff? What would you say? Is,
Well, like an
your top memory?
experience that I've enjoyed, or
Yeah.
like what gets me
Just-
high, like in life.
Well, I would have to go there. No,
Yeah, I don't
just
go
like your best experience with gigging and stuff. Like, what's given you that?
I suppose recently it's like seeing people like mouthing the words to my songs or singing along to my songs, even if it's like friends, because it's just like they didn't have to learn those lyrics. Like, fuck it, it's doing its job. The word
Yeah.
might just be nah 20 times, but but if it's like actual lyrics I've written that meant a lot to me when I wrote them, and then see people singing them back to me is the best feeling. It could be one person, it could be 20, it could be 100. It's usually one, but like it's just that is honestly like the biggest high. Like if I'm playing like Basket Case, for example, and I ask people to sing, and I'll just step away from the mic and let the crowd do it. It's a buzz, man. That's cool.
It's like
That's
like
an
not a power
endorphin
thing,
hit for
but a
sure.
power thing, right?
It's
Like you just feel like you're in control in a way.
To a degree, yes, and I think it's that, and as well as the participation of it. It's like I know they're listening now. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of like it's not just a guy at the back of a bar who claps 20 seconds after I finish.
it's not like
Yeah.
a monotonous chore to them. They're not just there like, here's another guy,
this
like,
song,
you know.
Yeah.
Wish it was
It
like
almost
that.
helps you to be more engaged on like the other end as well. Like
Yeah,
when you're
'cause it
getting that
feels
back
like,
from somebody,
oh,
you're like,
that's
oh
actually
hell yeah,
working.
let's fucking do this shit, right?
Yeah,
It's more like
because
a
it's like,
conversation, right?
yeah, it
Like,
is like a conversation through music, and it's like I don't need to do the whole yappy bit in between of like me on YouTube and make sure
Yeah.
to subscribe to YouTube
can't
Premium.
wait to say that at the end of this.
No, that's like
I'm
like
gonna be
Chapel
hiding my
Roan.
face.
Yeah, but Chapel Roan, she just sang in the Grammys and she literally just stepped back and everybody singing Pink Pony Club. I was like,
Yeah,
that
so
bitch.
it was very cool.
I
Very cool.
can't imagine like what that would feel like. Especially
Yeah,
like you say, like
on that scale must be crazy.
but even something smaller, like three people, even like you said, if it's something that meant a lot to you when you wrote it, obviously you know that those lyrics have stuck with them because they mean something to them. And music is interpreted so differently. Like I will interpret a song completely different to somebody else.
Yeah,
And
I love that
like,
about music.
you know, like I know full well, sorry to bring it up, Robbers by the 1975. That is not a love song. Like it's not it's got a really dark meaning behind it, but the feeling it gives me is not that. And I think music is very universal in that. So I think to know that somebody else singing those words that meant to you brings out like community.
Yeah,
I
and
Makes
it
sense.
feels like the work you put in kind of pays off in a way as well. It's like you can slug your ass off like to shows to no one or people that just don't care, and then you go to a show and like people are like, I know this song, play this song, or like play one of your songs. You're like, fuck, maybe it is working a little bit slowly, but it's working, you know. And it's like it shouldn't be the end goal is to like sell out and go play Wembley. It should just be like having the best freaking time like in that moment, because that might be their first show, that might be their first time coming out because they've been scared of going out in public and stuff. It's like it's my job to make sure people have a good time, especially in the pub type gigs, because it's like you're being paid to play covers and entertain in that regards.
Yeah.
So if like I can finish a show and people are like, that was a really good set, and they mean it because they had a good time, it's kind of like that's probably the biggest high from it, really. The money helps too, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's like, so I'm just gonna touch on what Lena said about songs having different meanings. Limp Bizkit Break Stuff only has one meaning, and it's break stuff. So you're wrong. Just on that point. And I'd like to, what's like the biggest gig you've done? What would you say is like physically the biggest sort of?
When I was like 16, I played the Isle of Wight Festival main stage, so I'll ride that like high to the end. That was only like 2 years ago, which is crazy. Oh god! So I won this like battle of the bands in my old band, and we got to play the Isle of Wight Festival, like open up the main stage on like
that is so sick.
How did that feel?
Saturday. Terrifying.
Like, I was gonna say
and
that
like
must have been shit.
It was a
scary.
buzz, but everything that could have gone wrong went wrong for the show.
Oh
But
no, did it?
it
That
took-
was my
it
next
took-
question.
It took a couple years to get over it, and then I was like, "Fuck it!" Like no one really remembers. Like,
Yeah.
and a lot of people didn't even know, like when it was happening in the crowd.
No.
Like, oh no, it seemed like you were doing that because I blew up my amplifier. So I was playing guitar and singing. We had two guitarists, bassist, drummer, all of us sung, and my amp just blew up like mid song. I was like, "Oh, sick! That's really cool."
Fuck.
And like we're looking for help, and we had no roadies because we were like kids, and all the people like working the people that
The
just
tech.
work in the tech.
The production company,
They
yeah.
were like, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
You haven't got another amp. You're like, "Fuck, can I use that
Yeah.
one?" No, that's the next band's. Sick. I'm just going to grab the mic and dance around like an asshole. And it just felt like 2 hours of just like silence, even though it was like 20 seconds. I was like, oh, this is so
Yeah.
painful. And then we played like a million miles an hour because we were just kids again. So it was just like, adrenaline was like coursing
And
through
lack of
our veins.
experience as well, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Big lack of experience to go play a major festival after we played like our high school battle of the band. It was like, right, we're in the big league, boys.
Who the
And I
fuck's
remember,
idea
like,
was that?
we did like this Channel 4 interview afterwards, and like our drummer did all the talking, but we were all miserable, and he was probably the most miserable. And it was just like we're so sad about it. We're like,
Is that on YouTube? Because we
No,
can add it to the end of
I've
this.
100% tried to find it,
I
and I
can't wait to
can't
title
anywhere.
this.
Like I need someone that's like filmed the television from that day because it would just be wild. I have the
I'm sure
performance
AI
in
will find it.
VHS, and I won't share the performance. You can find videos of the performance, but they're Nokia quality.
Yeah, I'm gonna like the title of this is gonna be Lucas Hardy, performer of Isle of Wight Festival,
2003. No.
Channel 4 star.
Like 2006, so long ago. Main stage performer 2006.
Oh my
You may know
God.
him from Channel 4.
The weird guy with the mutton chops didn't say anything because he was depressed.
So I was gonna say, is that like the worst thing, or what's like what is like the worst sort of experience you've had?
So that's like, yeah, it's funny. It's like the best gig and the worst gig at the same time, all bundled into one. But I've in multiple different projects of like solo projects in different bands, I've had like bad gigs. Like actually one of the open mics I did, it was probably like my 5th week doing it. This old lady comes up and she just like, oh, can I sing a song? I was like, yeah, I'll finish this and you can come in. And she just, no, I want to do it now. And she just grabs the mic and I'm like mid song. And like, there's like 2-3 other people there because it's just kicked off. Like, it's just started, sorry. And I was like, oh my God, this little lady's like really like being aggressive. I'm going to have to hit an old lady. This really sucks. Thankfully, she like,
rock on!
She got like the bar staff like stepped in. I was like, thank God. It's like, I can't do anything because I don't work behind the bar. I can't really kick anyone out. I was like, why is no one helping me right now?
Beatrice, get back to the freaking nursing
She
home.
was so aggressive. Like, oh my God. I haven't seen her since. I think she was barred. But that was like a rough experience.
How does that feel? How does that feel? You got an old lady barred.
It was good. Actually, she said, I need to sing because I might die tomorrow. And I was like, I don't hope you do, but
fingers crossed.
You really killed my buzz playing live.
Yeah.
You know?
Can't wait to upload that clip.
I'm sure she's lovely. She just can't handle her holics. That's just as bad.
So
it was pretty rough. That was a bad one. Another gig I played. This lovely chap. He was called Luke, actually. So we had that in common. It's my first time there. It's a gig in Andover, and I'd heard the stories. I love
red
Andover,
flags.
don't get me wrong.
Red flag.
But it's a tougher crowd. It's a tougher crowd. And this guy just grabbed the mic and just started like making noises in it, and I was like, oh my God.
Like, what do you do?
Yeah, because it was just like
secondhand embarrassment though, because people are looking at you like, dude, what the fuck are you letting this guy do this for? And you're like, I don't know what to do.
Because it was like I had to rip it out of his hand, but it just looked so aggressive. I was like,
yeah,
he was bigger than me. I was like, I'm going to die on stage.
Also,
I was like,
Stone Island.
Don't touch my guitar, if anything. That would have been very sad.
Yeah, no.
But like, it was just like, oh, why have you done this? Like, where is that brain process to gone? I'm going to go and fuck this guy's gig up. Yeah,
It's just some people are just dicks. Like,
yeah,
like I'm one of them. Like,
you're gonna just get on stage and give me that.
I'd never do that. I'm too embarrassed for like not a chance. You wouldn't catch me on any stage. I'm happy on like the internet. Like
it was wild. So I've had it in every band, just like random stuff. I've had people like bring me Jaeger bombs on stage, and like the rest of my band are looking at me like, "Where's ours?" I was like, sorry guys. Just so much awkwardness of like stuff.
Front man.
yeah. Sorry, part of the job. I had to carry my microphone out to the car.
Yeah. So, like, what's next for you? Are you any upcoming projects, new music, anything?
There's so much. Like, so I have 2 collaborations coming out of 2 different people. One with a girl called Elin Starkey. We had a song called Barricade that came out last year. We have another song coming out. I won't announce the name just yet because we're still in that process of like finishing off.
Sure.
I have another song with a really talented musician called Rosie J, who's coming up in the music scene in Salisbury. I recorded one of her songs for her EP, and then we wrote a song that we're going to release together. So that's going to be cool. But last year I did a challenge to myself where I'd release a song every month because I would leave it so long between releases. Like, actually, I remember Josh, like we were at PC World, I was playing one of my things. And he's like, what are you doing here? I was like, you're right. I need to leave PC World immediately.
Yeah.
Because even then it was like 5 years before that release. And then 5 years after that, it was just like, it's too long. So set that challenge just to have like accountability to myself. Because if I didn't do it, it'd be really embarrassing. Ended up releasing 13, so that's good.
Cool.
And 10 of those songs are going to be part of a new album I'll be releasing this year called Music Saved My Life.
Wow,
I've seen that on your Instagram. Cool. I like that.
Yeah, it was the Music Saved My Life project for the whole time. And I was like, you know what? I think that should just be the album name. Like, I haven't even announced it yet, but it's kind of obvious because it's like part of the album.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, exclusive.
I got an exclusive, bitches.
Call TMZ.
From 2006 Festival Woes to Music Saves His Life.
Boom! Look at that. He writes songs. He writes titles. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, if
man?
you get like 2 views, you can blame it on me.
So do you do
2
like
views,
all of
that's
your own
good.
production?
Yes. So over COVID, I set up my whole little studio type thing. For the longest time, I was just taking my recording gear to like my friend's flat or an office that I would be renting and stuff like that, and recording bits here and there. But when I finally started renting my own place, it's like I needed a space. I knew I had to, whether it was a corner of a room or a room. Thankfully, it's a spare bedroom that I've just turned into like a studio space, which is what I'm in now.
Same.
I'd show around. It's really messy. It's just kind of like the framing had to be right.
Yeah,
Otherwise
I'm
it's
So do
just
you
like,
have,
I don't know.
have you soundproofed the room, or do you have like a vocal box?
So no, that's probably why you can hear so much reverb. I kind of raw dog it, to be honest, and it's worked so far because it's
Yeah, I
rented
can't hear
property.
anything.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
It's rented,
It's
so
a
I can't really
style
stick
choice as
like
well.
foam everywhere, which I really want to because it'd be good.
Is it
Yeah.
not like a style choice? Like, because like I find like it not a style choice as such, but like that raw sort of sound, like
Yeah.
it's better than like that over edited.
Well,
They can
I've
tell that
been-
you're not fake.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing like Fiverr recordings and stuff for the longest time and like freelance songwriting, and no one said, "Oh, it sounds like you're in an untreated room." It's just like, cool, that's good, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ultimately, when the song's produced, it's like you're gonna put reverb on it. It's not that bad. I'm making
Yeah.
a mountain.
Yeah,
of,
no.
Like,
And if you get the right mic, you're good.
yeah. I
Like-
mean, I'm using like bog standard Rode NT1A. It's like not the cheapest you can get, but it's like it comes in a little package of like its own cable and its own case and stuff. It's like
yeah.
Honestly, I used to record everything on a Samsung mic, and I used to do it on GarageBand, and I
Nice.
literally had a cardboard box that I put on a desk, like a elevated desk thing with freaking blankets in it.
that's perfect. That's
I was like, whatever works.
Yeah, I remember like years ago in my uni halls, I had my laptop with the microphone like next to the camera, like old school MacBook. I had tissue that I'd sellotaped to like the walls, so it like kind of hovered in front of the microphone. I was just
Dude,
like,
the
you
first
can't sing
time-
too loud because it distorted. So I was like,
The first few episodes we'd done were like not video.
okay,
And like you'd walk into the studio, there was 3 of us, and I was like trying all this shit, and I ended up getting like the porcelain that you get like fucking like toys and like boxes.
Not
coming.
porcelain.
Is it
oh, polystyrene.
Like is it polystyrene?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's
Like the
white-
foam.
yeah.
Or is it sponge?
Yeah,
Nah, it's not
no,
sponge.
no, it's
That's-
like
Yeah,
stuff like TV
polystyrene.
and stuff.
Anyway, I'm thick as shit, so don't worry about it.
Polystyrene like a
But,
sink.
like I feel like I was like cutting it up and like putting it around the mics. So if you walked in the room, there was like mics with like this big white square just
Yeah.
taped up around it. and
Amazon
cable tied on.
packaging.
You just walk in, it's
funny.
like sick setup, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Very
like
much.
pillows just all over the floor. Like anything to just take the vibrations. It's good.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly.
just go with it. It was fucking.
Oh, dude, I
hilarious.
did like that literally did the coat hanger and a pair of tights. over
Oh
it.
yeah.
And they were
I've done
beige
that.
tights. It looked really bad. It looked so ghetto. But like we did
Yeah.
it. We got through it.
That's good though. I think like that sort of like stuff, having done all of that, definitely like makes you like more real.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it kind of teaches you how to make that work. You don't just go, I'm in an amazing studio all the time, therefore it's
It
gonna
humbles
sound
you for
great. It's
sure.
like, how do I make this sound good? Like, how do I make
Yeah.
porcelain
And
sound
some of the
good?
best musicians come from that, like for lack of a better term, coming from nothing. You know, Like,
Yeah.
they don't have the money backing. They don't have like, oh, my parents were so rich, they got me this, they got me that. I had a studio, all this sort of shit. Like, there's so many people like who have become like the fucking best musicians, and a lot of them come from nada, nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
You know,
look,
look at Jelly Roll.
yeah.
Like, fuck.
yeah.
Like,
Don't get me wrong. If I had the money, I would have jumped straight in there. Like, I took family money straight
You're a
up. Like,
sellout. You're a
yeah,
sellout.
I don't blame any of those people that have that like head start because you still have to not suck ultimately.
Yeah. I think people, it's gonna sound horrible, that like you said, lack of better terms, come from nothing. We have more, there's more purpose behind it for us. There's more meaning
More
behind this.
emotion.
Like, yeah, there's more emotion, but like we're more willing to put in that extra effort to make it work. Cause like for me, if I know that I need a new lens and I have to work to buy that lens,
Yeah, you can't
I'm
just
like,
go, right, I can upgrade here and there.
yeah, no, it's like you take it a little bit more seriously because I'm not going to name names, but I know somebody, his parents were very rich. He was in drumming lessons since he was a kid, vocal lessons since he was a kid, guitar. He literally had the whole freaking Pioneer setup, professional mics, everything. He
Sounds
fucking sucks. He fucking sucks.
No. He sounds cool as hell though.
But I'm like, but he was like spoiled rotten with shit like that, but he never took it seriously. And I'm like, it's because he doesn't
The
have the
drive.
need for the drive behind it because it was just
Yeah, if you don't
handed
want
to
to
him, if
do
that
it, it's
makes
kind of like,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
what's the point of
You've
you?
got to have passion, haven't
No,
you?
he wants to do it. That's the thing. But I think just because everything in terms of his career based things, like getting all the lessons and everything was just handed to him, he feels like he should just sing one song and then bang, he's going to have a fucking record label and be the next, freaking Foo Fighters. It doesn't work like that,
Yeah, you
you
need
know?
like need to be humbled sometimes, and I do that a
Yeah.
lot with myself, especially
I was
like
humbled.
releasing my own
Tell you
stuff.
what.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
humbled sometimes.
I'm humbled every time I look in the mirror, so don't worry about it. Like, so what
I'm
the
going to
fuck
be
is going
humbled
on,
when I
bro?
go downstairs and take my makeup off, so it's fine.
So we got the album coming out, and that's fucking sick. That's
Dude,
cool.
yeah, I have not done an album since like 2017, so like to have something new out, and it's completely like, well, not completely, it's still pop punk in regards, but my last one was acoustic guitar predominantly, and this one's more full band. So it's like pop punk hits, like stuff that I love, stuff that I grew up on. It's because I'm in a position that I can do that now of like having my own space and like being able to like record loud guitars and stuff like that. And the technology is
Yeah.
crazy now as well. But
Yeah.
it's going to be fun to have something out new that I feel really proud about in that regards. It's like I don't feel like,
Absolutely.
because after several years, you can look back on your old art and you're like, oh, I can do so much better now. Like I would have done that differently.
Yeah.
I would have done that
Yeah,
differently.
it's the same even with this podcast. Like, it's not been long, but like if I go back, I'm like, I want to delete those episodes, but that's half of my views. Like I can't like delete it because my stats
Yeah.
go with it. So
Yeah.
like I'm like fuck. So eventually I will, because it's just a different animal,
I think like when I get into like other podcasts and stuff, I like going to the other stuff, and I don't never think like, oh, this is pretty raw. I'm always just like, oh, cool, new stuff,
Yeah,
more content.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I think
it's
people get it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm basically saying, don't delete this episode, please.
nah, no, this one's never going anywhere, bro. Like since like I think we did 10. We did 10 where it was like we look back now and I'm like, what was even the point?
Yeah, bullshit shows.
We were just talking shit and fucking like there was no structure to it, nothing like this. And obviously we've like now like moved to like more of a, I don't want to say interview because it's not an interview, but like a guest based sort of
Sure.
style. And it's fucking sick. Like and everybody's message is the same who I've spoken to who's in like the social media space or music or streaming, and it's all consistency is key.
Yeah,
Like,
you just have to
Yeah.
keep pushing
Like,
and pushing and pushing, because
consistency is key.
even on the times you don't think it's working, it probably is.
Yeah.
I
Well-
always bring it back to like, because I really just play songs and go to the gym. That's literally my life, and play video games. If you keep doing those things, you just get better at them. And
100%.
the more you do them, you're just like, oh crap, a year ago I couldn't do that. Now I can. Like,
You need
It's
to
just like the gym,
perfect
isn't
your
it?
craft, right?
yeah,
It's literally just like being at the gym. You know, after 2 months of being there, you can lift more weight.
yeah.
It's
Sure,
just
you have more injuries,
repetition.
but you just get on with it.
yeah, well, yeah, I get them all the
A
time.
lack of
honestly,
vocal
it's-
warm-ups. I lose a few notes, but it's fine. Aloe Festival 2006. Yeah.
Anything else from you, Lena? Have you got anything else you want to talk about, or should
No,
we,
I just wanted to ask if there's anything else Lucas wants to talk about. Anything new coming up with Threemo, anything like that? Next gigs?
So
anything?
actually, 3 more months gigs wise, March and April are going to be pretty heavy for us. I think we've got one like every weekend. Like we're just playing as much as you can. Couple in Salisbury, couple elsewhere. You have to find that on social media though.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I want to know
Yeah.
elsewhere because I want to come to one, but I don't really fancy going to one at Salisbury.
that's fair. That's
Dude,
fair.
I've literally, it's so many times, it's so funny because I genuinely have been on my phone and been like, babe, this is my friend Luke, listen to this music. It's like, wow, this is sick. And then someone else will come up, I'm like, babe, it's Luke again, listen to the music. Like,
Well, I'm playing Pusey. I can't even say it right. Pusey.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Pusey.
Never been there before.
It's near Southampton, isn't it?
I don't know. I know it's 40
somewhere
minutes away.
down
My
there,
friend's
yeah.
driving, so it's like,
it's called Pusey. I'm
Yeah.
getting there.
and like there's Amesbury. I'm playing quite regularly now, and Andover. So
That's
it's
the
like
Kings, right?
not
Is that the
super.
Kings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
That
not
was
like
my
super
local,
far away from where I station, but like it's kind of like nice to kind of branch out a little bit and at least take a couple people with me to kind of like
Yeah.
foster a new audience in that regard.
You know where you would probably find. I'm not telling you what to do, by the way. This is gonna sound really cunty.
Says place to play. I'm in.
Brighton.
Oh, dude, that'd be so rad.
Fucking balls to the wall in Brighton. Oh my god.
I don't know if the pop punk scene's great there.
Just come
It
to
is.
Nashville when we live there. Just come to Nashville. You'll be fine.
You're gonna go move to Nashville?
We're
Yeah.
moving to Tennessee, man.
Yeah.
That's so rad.
Yeah,
When's
we're moving
that?
there. I'm just waiting for my visa.
Oh, dang.
Just
I'm not
waiting
letting
for
you
my
in.
visa.
Somewhere between 8 and 20
Ginger.
months.
He's ginger. We can't have this one in here. Jeez.
Hey, Haley Williams came from there. We're good.
Yeah. Hello. Damn, I miss those posters.
Yeah.
You took it
We were-
down.
So do I.
Where can everybody find you?
So I'm on all the social medias. If you go to lucashardy.co.uk, it will link you to my link tree, which has everything on. If you don't want to do that, Facebook, search Lucas Hardy. Instagram, search Lucas Hardy. They are the two main ones I use, and then YouTube for content.
Cool, man. Well, I'll put the link in the description anyway, so everyone can click it and we can go from there. Good luck as well.
Thank
Salisbury
you.
Music
Good luck
Awards
to you
winner.
both as well, especially on the move.
Salisbury Music Awards winner 2025. This is going to be
Yeah.
you. I'm manifesting it, bro.
A little round of
manifesting it.
applause, Josh.
I can't. The audio thing's on the other side, and I can't be able to
It's the
figure it out.
first time I've been nominated for 3, and if I don't win any of them, I'm going to be so upset.
Delete the episode.
You know, like you
Delete
have
YouTube.
like this.
He's like, I'm changing my album name. Music ruined my life.
I could just imagine like when I probably won't say my name. I could just see this invisible camera like pan into my face and just like,
Like on Friends, where Joey's like,
yeah.
she told him to practice your accepting phase. Yeah,
Or
phase. Yeah.
Beyonce, if she doesn't win something, she's like,
Oh my god,
"Nah,
don't.
fuck
She
that
should
bitch."
not have won Country Music Artist of the Year. I'm gonna fucking leave that there. That's some bullshit.
Funny, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Well, and as always, if you are watching, you can subscribe to our YouTube. You can Instagram, Facebook. We're literally everywhere, just like Lucas is. We are literally everywhere. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, like Facebook, fucking everywhere. So yeah, just check it out. Let's get chatting. Google it. You'll find it, and we'll be there. Thanks for listening, everybody, and peace.